What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on my channel. I have to tell you that this is a video because I've already made this joke, and it's actually not a joke. I just have built bad habits, and now I can't stop, and I probably need help, but they probably don't have, like, counseling for this kind of thing, and I don't know how to stop. Anyway, video, channel, what's up? Now, before we start this video, please make sure to leave a like on this video so that video gets like on it, okay? Thank you. Today we're talking about Orbeetle, so I'm gonna be honest. I really hated Orbeetle. I really did. I thought the design, I was so hyped for it, and then I saw it, and I was like, this thing is trash. However, due to recent developments, I've been thinking more about Orbeetle, and it has really grown on me. I really am liking it. Also, let's take a minute and appreciate how bad my hair is. You see this? You can't really tell, I guess, but it's very bad. But I'm showing this to you anyway. I also really want to say thank you guys for, maybe thank you is not the right thing, but I took the last 2 days off from making morning videos. I was feeling a little burnt out, so I've just been so exhausted, but I feel better now. I feel like I'm more up to speed, so I appreciate y'all being patient with me for these guides, because I'm trying to do a guide every morning and like a non-guide content every evening, but I was feeling burnt out, so I took a few days off, so I'm glad. I hope you all are still here. I hope you all still are enjoying the guides. But yeah, let's jump into Orbeetle. So Orbeetle is a Pokemon which is Bug and Psychic type. It's kind of like Ladybug themed, the Ladybug mustache. You can see it has a little mustache here. Shiny form is awesome. I love the shiny form of this Pokemon. This is one of my favorite new shiny forms. In terms of the typing, it is Bug and Psychic type, which is pretty bad defensively. Weak to Ghost, weak to Dark, weak to Bug, weak to Flying, weak to Fire, weak to Rock. Well, I think that's everything. Resist Fighting very much. Resist Grass, Resist Ground. Yeah. Defensively, typing is not amazing. The abilities are pretty good. So you have Swarm, which is not amazing, but not bad. Frisk, which is very good, and Telepathy, which is very good. These both are better. Well, Telepathy is useless in singles, but Frisk and Telepathy are better in VGC, so that's cool. It also has a G-Max form where it turns into a Mushroom. I like mushrooms, so we like that. Let's look at the stats. So, what do the stats tell us? Because its stats are interesting. So, it's fast. Sword and Shield did the thing where it took a lot of Pokemon that looked like they should be slow and made them like mid-speed, which is cool. Duraludon's another example. It's very fast. Low base HP, good defenses, and a decent special attack stat. I mean, not great. A bad special attack stat. Not a terrible one. Mediocre special attack stat, right? But very good defenses. So, where does this leave Orbeetle? Let's take a look at the moves. Yeah. So it gets Screens, that's the first thing. It gets Reflected Light Screen. It gets Struggle Bug. Let's see. Hypnosis, keep that in mind. Hypnosis is going to be relevant later. Ally Switch, Bug Buzz, Mirror Coat. After you, so after you actually, in the past, it didn't get that many, there weren't that many Pokemon that learned after you. You can see the list is actually pretty short here, and a lot of these Pokemon are dedicated Trick Room Pokemon. Hatterene, base 29 speed. Aromatisse, base 29 speed. Quagsire, slow. Blossom and Vileplume are not great Pokemon. Mr. Rhyme is not super fast. Like, it's actually one of the fastest after you Pokemon. Like, you can see how slow a lot of these Pokemon are. So after you is cool. Calm Mind, Psychic Drain, Solar Beam, Safeguard, Giga Drain, Helping Hand, and Imprison are cool options. It gets U-Turn, it's a bug type after all. Power Swap and Guard Swap, which are, I brought to Worlds, I got second at Worlds with Power Swap, fun fact, on Executor. Trick Room, Wonder Room, Magic Room, Trick Room, don't forget that. Psychic, Agility, Baton Pass, Trick, Skill Swap, Iron Defense, Stored Power, Ally Switch, Body Press, Energy Ball, Bug Whiz, and Sticky Web and Recover. So, where does that leave Orbeetle, right? I think that's kind of the question on everybody's mind. So, where does that leave Orbeetle? So actually, I'm actually gonna go ahead and throw in a couple sets here really before I forget. I don't have spreads for these. Let's do that, and let's do. So a Atomic or something like that, and then. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So where does that leave Orbeetle? So the first thing is, we should mention, Orbeetle's Gigantamax form is not out yet. So I would expect, personally, to not be seeing a ton of Orbeetle just yet. I don't think Orbeetle's going to pick up popularity yet. However, Gigantamax Orbeetle. What does its signature attack do? First of all, it changes the Psychic type attack. So instead of setting Psychic Terrain, instead you set Gravity. So you have a Pokemon that can attack, set Gravity, and is immune to partners' attacks. So let's say I had Orbeetle and Rhyperior, right? Or Excadrill, right? I could go for Gravity. So I could get my Trick Room up, and at some point I could set up Gravity so that nothing could switch into my Excadrill or my Rhyperior under Trick Room, right? So now I have a Pokemon that that can spam ground type attacks and only grass types resist it. Flying doesn't help you, Levitate doesn't help you, only grass types resist it. You can also pair this with high accuracy, or like with supporting accuracy in general. So for example, Gravity makes Hypnosis, I believe. Oh god, is the Gravity I forget the Gravity multiplier, but I believe it makes it, I think it makes it 83%. I believe that's how it works, because I think that's right. 5/3? I forgot how the accuracy and evasion multiplier works. But anyway, because of Gravity going up, and the fact that Orbeetle gets Hypnosis, that's why I told you to think about this earlier, you can basically, if you can survive for long enough, if you get your Gigantamax off and you're still alive, you can then start spamming Hypnosis, which is sleep is one of the most broken things in the entire game, so you can actually, like, at first I thought Orbeetle was straight trash, because even though the defenses are really good, the HP is not good, and the typing is so bad defensively, but that aside, it has a couple really neat things it can do. I've also added Body Press because it just chunks Tyranitar. It does, like, it's way stronger than Bug Buzz and Tyranitar. It does a ton of damage to Excadrill, and also I just like that Body Press allows special attackers to be strong. I put enough EVs in to survive Dynamax, Dragapult, Shadow Ball into special defense, and also lives Dynamax Shadow Ball. They're not Life Orb Dynamax Shadow Ball, so that's what the special defense does. Next up, we have Scarf. This outspeeds Choice Scarf Dragapult, which is one of the fastest things in the format. I give it after you Psychic Bug Buzz. In the last slot, you could do Trick or you could do U-Turn. Also, on this set, you could put Protect. I originally had Protect over Hypnosis, but I don't know. I feel like if you were Dynamaxed, then you would be using Hypnosis, and if you were not Dynamaxed, then, or if you were Dynamaxed, you could use Max Guard, and if you weren't Dynamaxed, you could just spam Hypnosis. So that's why. But yeah, I think that could be really interesting. Also, the rest of these sets I don't have Gigantamax or Orbeetle on just because, like, it's not out right now, so I wanted to provide sets that, like, you know, you could use right now if you wanted, but of course Gigantamax would probably be better on these sets for the most part, depending on the team. Some teams you don't want to set Gravity with. But anyway, yeah, so, like I mentioned, Orbeetle's one of the fastest users of After You, so you could pair this thing with, well, really any Pokemon you wanted. And like a slow Pokemon like Torkoal, for example, and just launch like Choice Specs After You attacks, or you could have this as like a last resort, where there's a lot of Pokemon in this generation that are kind of mid-speed tier, you know? Like there's a lot of like things between like 75 and 95, right? So this is a way to allow those Pokemon to outspeed, right? You could pair this with Choice Band Dracovish and just use one, like basically both your attacks to get Noko on something, right? So that's something you can definitely do with this strategy. Psychic Bug Buzz for stab. Because I'm not investing in defense, I didn't run Body Press. And then Trick or U-Turn, whichever you prefer. Trick is a cool attack, in my opinion, just because it can be really disruptive on certain Pokemon. So, yeah, so that's why I did that. I also want to talk about how good Frisk is, because I think people don't really understand how good of an ability this is. Frisk allows you to see half of your opponent's items when you send out Orbeetle, because they only have 4 Pokemon in each game, and you get to see half of them with Frisk. So, that's actually super, super devastating, because, like, let's say I play against Togekiss Dragapult right now, which is like super popular right now, right? Normally I would say, okay, is this Weakness Policy Dragapult or Weakness Policy Togekiss and support Dragapult? Or is it support Togekiss with Follow Me and offensive Dragapult, right? I have no way of knowing. With Orbeetle, you can instantly scout for that, right? And you can say, oh, Weakness Policy is on the Togekiss and Focus Sash is on the Dragapult. Well, let me play around that, right? Now I know that this is an offensive Dragapult. I also know that Togekiss is more likely to Dynamax, right? Frisk is amazing. Like, it's one of the best. I wouldn't say it's one of the best abilities, but I think it's an amazing, amazing ability. So, even though it doesn't seem very flashy, it's actually super good because it allows you to plan ahead better, right? You see Choice Band on Snorlax or Assaultus on Snorlax, you're playing very differently against that. You see Mental Herb versus Life Orb Mimikyu, you're playing very differently against that. So, yeah. AV is another thing you can do. I like AV because it is Mirror Coat. So for like Dragapult, for example, if you know they're special, with Frisk, you might be able to find out if they're specs or banned. You can run Mirror Coat just to basically do a ton of damage in return to things. Like for example, Sylveon. Yeah. You can also Psychic Bug Buzz and Body Press for stab. You could put U-Turn on the set if you wanted. but I like Body Press in this instance. I think you probably want to run Psychic and Bug Buzz. You're not that strong, the thing is, but you're also very bulky, so this is a set that, like, this is a set that's great against Pokemon that aren't super effective against it, right? So, Rotom Wash, for example, Rotom Cut, like, this destroys those. Even Rotom Heat doesn't do that much damage. If we want to open the calc really quick, we can actually see Rotom Heat. That's Max Flare. Yeah, so Overheat does a bit, but you also return, you OHKO in return. So, like, yeah. Yeah, you OHKO in return with Mirror Coat, you can live in Overheat. I'm actually shocked it does that much. I feel like something is wrong. It really does that much? Huh. That's surprising to me. I thought it would do less. This spread lives Dynamax, Life Orb, Modest, Hydreigon, Dark Pulse. So that's why you have all the special defense. You can't KO in return because obviously it's Dark type, but that's okay. Next up, this is a set I just came up with at the beginning of the video. Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Stored Power, Recover. This could be very threatening. I don't know how good this would be in doubles, but I feel like in singles it'd be busted. This shouldn't be Swarm, this should be Frisk, or Telepathy. You could also run Iron Defense, like Body Press. Like, this is an option as well, Iron Defense Body Press stuff. Like, that can definitely work. Does it get Amnesia, I wonder? Does not get Amnesia. Well, yeah, like, I feel like something like this could work. Like, you could put, like maybe you run Psychic? I don't know, like something like this, right? I'm just throwing out ideas. This was just an idea I had once I went through the move pool because I missed Iron Defense in the first pass, so yeah. I mean, the idea here is pretty simple. You get this thing in at a time where it can, like, not be threatened, set up an Iron Defense, and then wall everything, and also OHKO, like, the Steel and Fighting, or Steel and Rock and Dark types that are good against Orbeetle typically. So I think this set's super cool. I don't know how good it is, but I think it's neat. The other thing I want to note about Gigantamax Orbeetle here, or if you're Dynamaxing Orbeetle with Body Press, is you can use it to support your partners, because you can, like, set Psychic, or you can take Gravity up, but you can also, like, I feel like typically you pair Orbeetle with physical attackers. Not always, but it's nice that you have Body Press, because you always have that option to raise your partner's defense. And I have 31 speed stat here, so you can function in and out of Trick Room. If you're using this on a dedicated Trick Room team, you'd obviously want to do this, just to be completely clear. Iron Defense, and then the last that I had was Life Orb with Agility. Agility's cool. It's you know, ability to get +2 speed is nice, and the bulk allows you to survive most likely a hit. Although again, the typing is so bad. But I don't know, it would be probably broken if it had better typing, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, I also considered Shadow Ball here. I super doubt that Life Orb Shadow Ball KOs Dragapult, but let's find out. Shadow Ball, because it does get Shadow Ball, which is nice. Yeah, this does 0. 252. Yeah, it's very not strong offensively, but if you want to use it as like a cleaner, how about if we Dynamax it? Okay, guys, it's okay. All you have to do is Dynamax your Life Orb Orbeetle, and then you KO. So, I mean, in Dynamax form, it's actually not strong, right? It's not weak, I mean, right? Like, Dynamax Max Psychic is probably strong, versus, like, let's see what it's just like Togekiss. God, this thing is so bad! Why does it do no damage? It doesn't even OHKO Tyranitar with Life Orb! And this isn't even bulky Tyranitar! Alright, Orbeetle, okay, forget about the agility set. I mean, you could probably, you know what you could do here is actually, you could run, like, I don't know, like, Wikiberry, right? You can do this, if you really wanted. Right? You could do this. But you probably shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's cool. Like, I'm sure it could work on certain team compositions, at least an offensive set, but probably not this one. This is kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of cool. It's just so bad, but like, it's almost good. You know, like something approximately this. We're like in the right realm. I'm sure a set that looks something like this could work. I don't think this is the set that you would want to use personally, but you know, something like this. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say. This video has ended with some strange sets, but that's alright. Just throwing out ideas. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this guide. We are back with doing guides daily, hopefully. I don't have one for tomorrow recorded yet, so we'll see about daily. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We only have 29 Pokemon left to cover. 28, kind of. But yeah, I think that's all I want to say. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later. Goodbye. Oh, also, I'm looking for an editor to chop down my Twitch streams and make them into YouTube videos. I've had a lot of people reach out. I haven't had the chance to go through everybody yet, but yeah, if you're interested and you have experience doing that kind of thing, DM me on Twitter. So, yep, that's it. Okay, goodbye.